it's really, really important that we look for at least a few things in, the representation that we choose to hire that's going to protect us through this whole thing, whether we're buying or selling. Like, it's super important.
Hey y'all, Katie here with Team Evo AZ at eXp Realty in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Welcome to our show, Real Estate Fitness, where we keep your real estate muscle strong by sharing tips and tricks to help you navigate the real estate world. Enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, it's Real Estate Katie and my awesome blonde sidekick, Dana. What's up, Dana?
Hey, how are you?
What amazing. How are you doing?
I'm so good.
Awesome. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Fateness, where fateness, it isn't fateness, it's fitness. It could be fateness. I mean, we're your fateness.
I love it. Anything can happen, when you start talking to us.
It's true. But what do we do here, Dana? Why Real Estate Fitness? Why the name?
So we keep your real estate muscles strong, and we educate you on certain things that are going on in the real estate business and, for buyers and sellers, and go from there.
Absolutely. It's things that you need to know, because this is like the probably biggest deal in your whole entire life, asset wise, investment wise, and that kind of thing. And so, hopping into it blind, you can run into some obstacles, can't you?
You sure can.
So to help you avoid those obstacles, this is actually a recent conversation that I had with now a client of ours. She wasn't at the time, but she was interviewing a couple of agents, and it was down to me and this other agent. And so I was chatting with her, and I said, I'm always up for constructive criticism. I always like to know, hey, who am I up against and why? And so she was gracious enough to share it with me. And, I had to ask her the reasons that this other agent was in the same pool as me were kind of surface. And so I asked her, I said, how much experience does this agent have? And because it's really, really important that we look for at least a few things in, the representation that we choose to hire that's going to protect us through this whole thing, whether we're buying or selling. Like, it's super important experience. That is like everything, right? You don't learn. What do you learn in real estate school, Dana, that you've used in the real world as far as your career?
I learned how to pass the test.
You learned how many square feet are in a mile.
Yeah, 7-Eleven. I'll never forget it.
An acre, not a mile. Yeah, so we learned how many square feet is in an acre, and we learned how to pass the test, basically. But it didn't teach us communication skills. It didn't teach us negotiation skills. It didn't teach us technology. It didn't teach us how to work with our clients, how to best serve them, how to market, like all of the things that are really, really important in your representation. We don't learn in real estate school. We learn the school of hard knocks, basically. Mm-hmm. And if your agent doesn't have experience, good luck, sister and bro. Like, good luck, because it's going to probably be a rocky road. You're probably going to be very stressed out. It's a stressful thing anyway. So you really need somebody on your side that's going to help sort of mitigate that. And then, at the end of the road, when you have your crappy experience, you're probably going to think that that's the way the experience goes. And every agent is basically, one size fits all. Not the case. 1,000% not the case. Like with any other profession, right? Not all doctors are the same. Not all attorneys are the same. And when you start to dig into it and you start to compare experience levels, it really shows why they're not the same. So I was having this conversation with this potential client, and again, she chose me, yay! And I said, point blank, how much experience, how many homes has this agent sold that I'm up against? And she said, I don't know. And I said, oh, I know that. So I looked it up, and this agent has sold 33 homes in her last 5 years. She's only been licensed for 5 years. Of course, me, been licensed for nearly 17 years. This team has a combined year experience of well over 50. It's incredible how many transactions we have been through, which is well over now 1,150. It's a lot of experience. This gal had 33 homes under her belt. How many obstacles, issues, or really anything has she been through with 33 homes? Absolutely. I mean, it's just, I'm not going to say absolutely none, because I'm sure she got a little experience from that, but a very, very, very small amount from what we have seen over many, many, many years and many, many, many transactions, not to mention many, many, many markets.
I was just going to say that.
That's a big deal. True, right? I mean,
it's so true.
You could fog a mirror in, end of 2020, 2021. You could fog a mirror, you could sell a house. No problem. It was easy.
It's a great analogy.
But what ended up happening in 2022 when they put the brakes, it just like stopped. What happened then? Did you know, if you had only sold 33 homes and you only were familiar with one market type, do you really know what you're doing? Sorry,
Probably
but no.
not.
So experience is a big deal, and ask. Tell them to prove it. And, you may have somebody that is a little bit newer to the business, but if they have been smart enough to align themselves with somebody that has an incredible amount of experience, and they partner on every single transaction with that person, then you are just as good as working with that person with the massive experience.
I feel like you're speaking to somebody.
The second thing, so I have 3 and Dana has 3. Okay, you guys. So the second thing, and this is not everything that you should look for, but these are things that I feel like people don't necessarily know that they should look for, right? You can go online, you can Google, hey, what do I ask my real estate agent? And Google's going to give you like 8 or 10 or 12 things, whatever. But these are not typically on those types of generic lists. And it's something that from experience, we have learned that, hey, it's important to look for in your representation. The second thing that I have noticed over my 17 years is attitude. Attitude with other real estate professionals, attitude with title companies, attitude with all those third-party people, that come in to help with the transaction because they do certain parts of it, like the title company. The other agent in the transaction is so, so, so very important. And it's so important to have a good open line of communication, not necessary to be snarky with the other person, the other agent, not necessary to be unfriendly or to show them how much more you know than others. It's so funny. I can usually tell somebody who's an inexperienced agent and hasn't like quite caught on to how just detrimental that is to their clients, that they act like that, is when I get on the phone for the first time and I'm all, hey, I'm excited. Let's make it a win-win. Let's do what we can to really make this a great experience for both parties. And they don't meet me with that same enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
I know it. I know it right there. I feel really bad for your client because you don't know enough to make nicey nice with the people that are advising the other side.
And to have this, like you said, can be such a stressful experience. Our job is to remove that stress and help this be a fun process.
Mm-hmm.
We say, listen, if you're not having fun during this, then I'm sorry, you're with the wrong person.
Yep. Totally agree. If you dread to contact them, if you have anxiety, if they treat you like crap, because if they treat everybody else in the transaction like crap, they're probably going to treat you like that too. That's not the way it's supposed to be, guys. It's not.
Not at all.
The third thing that I have is content and social media and or web presence. I would say actually social media and web presence. Let's remove the or from there, because this day and age, I don't know about you, but social media is like the internet. I mean, you go onto social media. I personally go onto social media before I even go onto Google if I'm looking for something. If I have a question or if I want to verify or confirm who I'm about to work with, maybe it's a plumber, an electrician or something like that. Like, I want to see who they are. I want to see what they put out there. I want to see what kind of education that they're putting out there for their clientele and their network. I want to see how they market themselves and their homes. That's super important. I want to see the consistency. I want to see the interaction of their fans online. I want to see their testimonials. I want to see all of this stuff. If I'm not seeing this stuff, then is my agent really the best agent to perform the job for me that they need to perform, especially if I'm a seller? Like if my agent doesn't know how to market themselves, I'm really putting my house in their hands. I don't know, man. Sounds like a disaster waiting to happen to me.
It could be. It could
It
be.
could be. How about you, Dane? What are your top three?
So my top three, my first one is communicate. I think it's so critical that you have an agent that answers the phone, responds in a timely manner, not only to you, but like you were saying, to the folks that you're working with in this transaction, the cross agent, title companies, inspectors, the whole, everybody. Really, really important. Communicate. Second thing for me.
We have real quick. We have a transaction going on right now where we have the sellers, we have the listing, and we haven't heard from the buyer's agent since Friday. Today is Thursday. So it's been almost a week, and we have probably attempted communication several times a day, every day since, since last Friday, and no reciprocation, no responses, not fulfilling needs, not answering questions. That's a big red flag.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because this isn't hard.
Not hard to communicate. And if you're not communicating, honestly, like where does your mind go first? What are they trying to hide? What are they trying to pull over on me?
Exactly. So make sure you have an agent that communicates. Second is educate. It's such a huge thing to know step by step what is going to happen in this process, especially if you're doing it for the first time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So, and again, pick up the phone, call your clients, call the other agents, and educate everybody on what's happening, like you said, because you don't know what's going on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yes, provide that education that clients need. They absolutely need that.
As the agent. So if you
correct.
are the consumer and this is something that you're looking for in your agent, pay attention to how they communicate with you. Mm-hmm. Do they, shut their phone off at 5 o'clock at night and you don't hear from them until after 9 the next day? I'm sorry, but real estate happens at night. Real estate happens all day, all night, and all weekend. Do they not work weekends? That's just plain ridiculous. Because that's when you need them. That's when real estate happens. What's going to happen if a situation comes up and you can't get a hold of your agent until Monday and it's a Friday afternoon? Not good.
Yeah, you're going to miss out. So that's my second. And then I love this because this is so important to me, and that is celebrating. Make sure your agent is celebrating and congratulating you as a client during certain steps of the transaction. And, it's just, especially too, you get under contract, congratulations, you get through your inspection and you get everything, or it all works out in everybody's favor. Congratulations, you appraise, congratulations. And I always think too, I'm not just, congratulating our clients during the process, but I also congratulate the other side. So I congratulate our cross agents. I congratulate our, whoever I worked with as their lender. It's fun. We change lives. And if you're not excited about that, if your agent's not excited about it, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really all about the experience. It's not all about them.
It's not.
And they need to make it all about you, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It's all about them, and bringing value and, just relating to these people, and just you become friends with these people. So, it's really hard not to get excited. And if your agent's not, you guys call us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have all kinds of friends, don't we? We have over 1,150 of our closest friends. But it's true.
It is.
And we love it. And it's great. And they become, lifelong clients, and we help them again and again and again. And what's amazing about that is we now have a we remember what it was like to work with them before. So we have a familiarity with these people. We have an expectation. As the agent, we know what their likes and dislikes are. We know what their family situation is. We know what, there's just so much more to it. And it's just so much better for the client themselves as a repeat to have somebody on their side that's known them for so long. I get that feedback all of the time.
It's so great.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dana. And like I said at the beginning of the show, guys, there's more that you should look for in your representation, but these are kind of both of our top threes, things that we've seen throughout the business that we know, or throughout our experience, throughout our careers, that we know really, really make a huge difference. So thank you so much for being with us, Dana. And thank you all out there for following us. And please do us a favor, hop on over to our YouTube channel. It is at Team Iboese. That is our handle. There's a variety of playlists there. Talk about education, Dana.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely check it out, you guys. We have a lot of content that brings value.
We have over 1,000 videos over there. So check it out. Really, you'll learn everything you need to know about purchasing or selling a home in Arizona. And if you still have a question, we are so readily available. Our contact information is plastered all over that YouTube channel. So you just feel free to reach out to either one of us. We promise we'll get back to you in a timely manner, because that is what we do. If you are more of the audio version, you prefer the podcast style, hop on over to your favorite podcast platform, do a quick search for Arizona Real Estate Radio. That is our channel. So all of our shows, and we got a lot, guys, just look at the YouTube, you'll see all of those shows are filtered through that channel. So download, click the little bell for notifications, whatever it is that will give you a notification when we do have new content available. All right, Dana, until next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.